Previously on Project Eden's Garden Wheel of Fate. The first week, many people began to look around and try to find a way out. As the fourth day began, Monochrome announced the first motive, the shelter motive, forcing everyone to stay in the dome, and on the sixth day, John DeLummer was the first person to be killed. And who killed him? Mark Bursky, which he and John decided to give everyone a free pass. As Mark was executed, it broke Jack's heart. 18 people remain. Let's see what's happening in this chapter. Chapter 2. Dead, done, die. Hearts will not survive. On the seventh day, the day after the trial, nobody said a word after John's and Mark's death. Even Jet, who felt alone. But luckily, a new area has been accessed. The campsite. Everyone head over and began to look around. There were a few tents, but it seems clean. Sleeping bags, pillows, and supplies like tape, rope, lights, and matches. There's a small wave with a dog, but nothing on it. There is an apple tree, but the apple seems rotten or brown. Shockingly, Winona and Millie point out those apples are bad. Those are Manchineel apples, aka apple of death, most poisonous to consume. Let's step back from the tree. There's also a cabinet, more like a small office, with the Eden's Garden Academy logo. Finding a filing cabinet with everyone's names: Damon Maitsu, Ultimate Debater, Wolfgang Akere, Ultimate Lawyer, Eva Tanaka, the Ultimate Mathlete. Turns out Ava lied about being the ultimate liar. She's the ultimate mathlete, and everyone immediately started laughing at her, mocking her, even ashamed at her. Feeling humiliated, Ava ran away. Everyone was ashamed that Ava lied, concerned about why she used a dark talent to hide a light talent. Well, people who didn't like how Ava was mocked, like Diana, Damon, Tozu, Jed, Damien, and Mara. At least everyone found some information, but not a whole lot to work with. In the 8th day, Ingrid, Toshiko, Grace, Kai, and Damien were cleaning up the small shards from the domes, and moving the larger shards into a pile where no one could be killed like John. Diana would attempt to help Ava, but she didn't seem interested. Same thing with Jet when Cassidy and Kai tried to help him. It barely did anything. Ulysses and Winona looked around the campsite more, but it didn't seem like anyone was here before. Was this stuff was made for the campsite? Cause they're pretty sure there isn't an Eden thing in the campsite. Unless it's an RV park that is called Eden's Campsite. Diana tries to make Ava feel better by doing Ava's hair. Kai and Damien joined in. Diana also started doing the hair. Diana helped Kai how to dye his hair. Diana make Damien's hair look more natural. But Ava felt like Diana didn't care. Damon began to work with Wolfgang about investigating about John's necklace that Mark had. It seems like Mark had a reason to keep John's necklace, and must be useful for something. However, Tozu and Mara came in and made a proposal to Damon to hand over the necklace, but too bad since Grace had to be there and got into a fight with Mara. Luckily, Damon handed Wolfgang the necklace, since Damon trusted Wolfgang. On the 9th day, Jet finally came out of his room when Toshiko and Eloise managed to convince him. Ava would often get mocked by Kai, Grace, and Winona, who tried to make a conversation with them. Diana looked at everyone else. Ulysses tries to figure out what was the purpose of being in this game. Why specifically them? And how did they even get here? Why? As the evening sets, Monaco ordered everyone to the cafeteria for the next motive. The freebie motive. It's simple. Consider this was an easy way to win the next trial. The killer and the accused can leave and win the game. Meaning if they vote the wrong person, will result with them and the killer to escape. Not to mention if anyone is willing to cooperate with the killer, Would anyone would do it? Living by yourself is worse, but the motive made it light where the killer and the accused innocent leaves. On the 10th day, Wilking prepares a buddy system to indicate the next killing. Him and Grace, Damon and Kai, Ava and Diana, Damien and Ingrid, Cassidy and Jet, Eloise and Toshiko, Desmond and Kara, Maru and Tozu. Finally, Ulysses and Winona. That way, if anyone kills someone with a pair, it'll be much easier unless no one plans to kill. However, that didn't last long. As soon as night comes in, Grace and Wilking discover something near the lake. They pull out the body of Damien, the ultimate volleyball player, out of the lake. He wasn't breathing. But suddenly, they discovered Ingrid Grimwald, the ultimate blacksmith, who had her face being covered up by a pillow and tape. She wasn't breathing. 2 bodies. This alerted everyone and began to investigate. How? How can one person kill both people? Unless if there's 2 killers. A pair must have worked together to kill another pair, which means anyone could be a culprit. When the trial came, all eyes were on Ava. All because she has no alibi where she wasn't with Diana. And the fact that there's a black piece of hair was on the tape with the pillow that has Groomer's face. Ava begged everyone not to vote for her. But lest they forgot the motive of the accused and the killer get to leave, they have to discuss more in case before they vote. Was Ava an accomplice? Or innocent? Or a killer? Then, it was proved that Ava killed Damien. Ulysses read the rules. Whoever was killed first must look for that person's killer. Finding out that Ingrid was killed first, seems like Ava was off the hook. Ulysses took a good look. A look at everyone. And seeing the small strand of hair, he figured out who the culprit is. 10 seconds and make your guess. Go back to the beginning or other videos in case you need more to remember. Alright, time to make our climax. Both the culprit and Ava were using the freebie motive to escape. The culprit had to think more clearly if they want to pin the crime on Ava, so that she and the culprit can escape. The culprit had unusual circumstances, and using Ava's hair, the culprit dyed their hair black as Ava's, so that make it look like the evidence will assume that Ava killed Ingrid. As Ava and the culprit met up with Ingrid and Damien, sadly, Ingrid was separated. The culprit used the pillow and tape from the backpack. Ingrid was strong, but Ava was there and to pin Ingrid down. As she and the culprit pinned Ingrid down, Ava held Ingrid tight while the culprit suffocates Ingrid with the pillow. There was a struggle, but the culprit overpowered Ingrid. The culprit used the tape to tape up the pillow to Ingrid's face, and leaving a single of their dyed black hair strand on the tape. Very convincing that to make it look like Ava was his prime suspect. However, they weren't expecting Damien to walk in and find out that Ingrid was dead. The culprit and Ava had to apprehend Damien and to kill off a witness. Ava ends up drowning Damien in the lake, leaving him there. Assume that Ava and the culprit headed back to their rooms. The culprit easily dyed their hair back to their regular color, so the plan will go perfectly. And that's how it went. Ava, you were the second killer and the accomplice, but the one who killed Ingrid and the one we're looking for is sitting with you. Diana Venecia, the ultimate cosmetologist, you're the only one who can pull this off. No point of hiding, Diana showed her roots. They were black from before. So yeah, she was the one who killed Ingrid, but she doesn't regret it. Diana immediately calls out everyone after the mockery and mistreatment they did to Ava, and if everyone's going to become a victim without worry, it would be Ava. Diana was planning for her and Ava to leave when the motive came out. She cared less about what everyone thinks. Ava begs not to vote for Diana, but proving Diana right, they voted for Diana. And suddenly, Diana was executed. Ava was crying on the floor. Nobody wants to confront her or trust her since she killed Damien and still alive. Neither of them weren't around. At the end, Ulysses felt like something was bothering him. Diana was right. They used to plan to work together to end the game, but now they portray someone that leads into this outcome. He doesn't know what will happen next. Mistreatment and mockery can lead to distrust and betrayal. This was the outcome that happened, and with that, 15 out of 20 people remaining. This concludes the end of chapter 2.